Good morning, YouTube. It's Scott with Inside the Curve, back with another Fusion 360 for woodworking tutorial. Today we're going to kind of put a blend of everything we've learned so far in the joints series I've been putting together. We're going to learn how to build a basic bookshelf today, and then tomorrow we'll get into adding some more of the trim and features like that. So to get started, you see I got a new sketch or design here. We're going to start here with the parameters. We want to call this shelf height. We'll make our bookshelf 36 inches high. Shelf depth of 10 inches. Stock we'll be working with will be 3/4 of an inch, and then finally our shelf width, and that's the overall width on our shelving there. Let's say that's 24 inches. I think that's all we need for now. We might come back in here and add some stuff, but this user parameter is very powerful for making edits and it all moving together equally. I know there's a word for it, but I can't think of it right now. Parametrically. So we'll start with drawing a rectangle, and we want shelf height. I'm going to use a down arrow, enter, tab, shelf depth. Enter. Nope. Shelf depth. Enter. Enter. Okay. Enter twice on that. Fit to the screen here. Okay. Now I'm going to go ahead and make this 3/4 inch thick, and we're going to keep it at a new body for now. Stock, user parameter, down arrow, enter, and that created our 3/4 inch board. Now I'm going to put some dados in here because that's how I want to join this together. So for that, I want to start out here on the end. So we're going to create another sketch, and we're going to make sure we select this top surface and see it's grayed. So now I want to put our dados in here. We're going to draw a rectangle from here to there. And we're not going to go all the way. We want to use our user parameters, make sure those will get locked in. So we're going to do a dimension from here, and we will make that shelf depth again. Yep. Okay, and we'll make that our stock. Okay, and now I thought of another parameter that's going to be good to use. Let's make a parameter for our dado depth. So we'll put dado depth, and we'll say we'll go with 3/8 of an inch. Okay. Q for press pull. We'll put, actually we need to go back in there and put that at a negative, I'm pretty sure. Oh. Negative 0.0375. Okay. Q. Dado depth. Alright, and you see it cut, and we hit OK. So this is our dado for the top edge. We're going to leave that one there, but I want to put the bottom dado down here, which will be like a hold the shelf together too and give me a nailer for the trim along the bottom we'll be putting in tomorrow. So we need to go back into sketch mode here, back on the top of this board. We're going to draw another rectangle. Don't go lock it into anything yet, so we want to use our user parameters again. Dimension on that, we are stock. Okay, and enter on that. Dimension on this way is going to be shelf depth. Enter on that. Okay, and you can see we're still locked in that way. You can see we got a black line here because we defined that with our stock, but we're still not locked in this way. So to do that, we need to select this edge, and I don't really like to have, probably we're gonna have about a 3-inch trim along that bottom tomorrow. We'll go ahead and put it at 3. So now we're all defined. We can tell by that because we're all black. Okay, and now let's stop sketch on that. We want to cut this dado into the side of this board, and we want to go our dado depth we created. So we have our dado depth, and we're on cut. I'm good to go there. Now we want to come up to the pattern tool here. Create down arrow pattern on path. That's what we want. We got our faces selected, the bottom of this, and we need to get both sides. Alright. Got it. Alright, path. So select path along here. And we got, we'll drag this out. The best thing to get the kind of spacing you want, you can select extent, which goes to the end of that point, or we can just have spacing. We can put it on spacing, I guess. So we'll say we just want our shelves to be, that's pretty close to 12-ish, but 12 inches. Lock that down at 12. And now we can see we got our dados in there. That looks great. We got our dado for the top and our side dados. I did try to copy this dado and go that way as far as my pattern drawn at once, but didn't work outright because it took this surface and just planed right through that. So we probably could have went extent in that way, but I think it would have kept the face. So I just drew that first and then came back that way. So now we need to make our boards here for the shelf. So what we're going to do now is first we're going to turn this into a component, because this isn't going to change anymore. We've done all the work on our side panel and it's ready to go. So we have our bodies here, and we're going to hit create components from bodies, and we're going to call this, I'll just put left shelf. This helps keep everything a little bit cleaner in here. Left shelf side. Okay, got that done. Now we're ready to start creating those boards in there. So we're going to use the rectangle again. We're going to draw it on that face. And I just want to lock in on that corner, and really that corner only right now, so we can use our handy dandy parameters again. Enter. Okay, and now we need to set our depth. Enter on that. Okay, stop our sketch. Now we're ready to make a piece of wood here. Alright, Alright, and we want this to become a new component, because this isn't going to have any more work done it too after we extrude it on it. So new component, and we want to go shelf. Oop, not yet. Need to be selected here. Shelf width. Enter. There we go. And that inches in there was messing it up. Enter on that. Okay. So now we just want to name this shelf divider. My terminology might make sense, but I guess in my mind it does. So you can name it whatever you need to. That's irrelevant information. Alright, so now we want to make a copy of this on down through here. I know there's probably an easier way to do this, but we are going to use M for move. We got components selected. Use the selection there. We want to go point. This is the point to point. We want to select that point, and we want it to go all the way to that point. And I should create copy. Okay. Okay. M again. Select the component, origin point. Now make sure we got that selected. Alright. One more time. Oh, see what it was doing there? I didn't have my selection selected yet, so keep an eye on that. Select origin. And we want to come down to here for our final one. Oh, clear that. Let's see, it went off again. Select this. Select our origin, our target point, and we want to create a copy of that. Alright. So now we can see we have shelf divider 1, 2, 3, 4. So there we have it. We have our shelves there. Now we need to get this, our left side here, toggle that on and off, over to here. And the best way to do that is we can use a mirror function. We're going to use two tools to get that over there. Just only take a second. We're going to look in the construct tab here, and we want to select this mid plane. So we want to come over here on the outside edge to this outside edge, and that created a plane that we can work off of. Okay, and we want to use create mirror. And pattern, we got it's a component already. We can tell left side shelf component. Our object we want to select is that component, and our plane is there. Objects, plane, and you should probably draw this on the right plane, so when you hit home it looks right. And that's kind of our basic shelf. It looks like we messed up a little bit in our dado there in our spacing. Tomorrow we'll work on getting the spacing cleaned up because I'm not really happy with that. It looked alright when we had it laying down, but now that I can get a better view of our shelves, we'll get that fixed. So one thing that's really powerful with using those parameters is we can come in here and say you're working with a client, and they decided, nah, 12 inches is going to work. We're going to need to make that 16. Well, instead of to redraw everything, you hit 16, and now we got a 16-inch deep shelf. And everything moved together because we used the parameters, and that's what makes Fusion really powerful when you draw everything parametrically. We're going to set that back to 10 inches. So that's what really makes these parameters super powerful when using them in Fusion. Like I said, tomorrow we're going to get this spacing issue solved here, as well as we'll come in and add some trim, some face frame, and put a top on it, and then we'll work a little bit on the appearances. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment, and if you got any value of this, be sure to hit the like button, go ahead and subscribe. I'm going to be doing these daily Fusion 360 videos for a while, so if you enjoyed them, please give me motivation to keep going on them, but I'm going to be doing them anyway. So thank you very much. Till next time, have a good day.